Lately, I've been so talkative, and I had to ask myself why. I had to look through this more deeply and understand. Why am I putting a lot of words in conversations? Why am I pushing myself into every single conversation, even if it's very small, even if the other person is not interested, even if that person knows already a lot of what I'm going to say? I had to look back on reflections I had written years ago, on studies I've made when I was searching about the truth, about soul, and about connecting to the inner self. And I decided to share these with you. Silence, about how beautiful it is to be silent than to speak sometimes, about how much when you mature you don't need to speak at all. If you don't think highly of yourself, you will be silent, because you will know that you don't need to prove to anyone anything, because talking is just a memory that recycles itself again and again and again. And once you realize this pattern, it collapses. But no. You need not to jump into conclusions and take your time analyzing without expectations the other person. You don't need to expect that that person wants to prove something against you, or is taking a grudge or holding something against you. You should know that that's a trigger, and you should avoid this trigger with a calm exterior. Look for the source of the agony in others, instead of looking at them as an evil or someone who's attacking you. Move from anger state to a pitiful state. The ability to create presence, to listen to what's around you, to pause and digest your thoughts. When we meet the world, we change from our true self, and that's the place and space that the ego grows in. Being a highly sensitive person myself, I struggled to understand my inner emotional baggage, and I always wanted to throw it on others. Hence, word vomit would come. The true essence of life relies on the other side of silence, because when we talk, in order to run from our mind, we need to make peace with it first. Know that the more the words, the less the meaning. Trust in someone's experience more than yours. Settle in people's thoughts and be for once the receiver, the student of this life. Silence is the language of gods. Everything around you is translations. If talking guides you, being quiet really protects you, and you are able to take knowledge from others and repel ignorance of others. Everything could be with a silent smile or a deep look for people who are worth seeing this. Rumi once said, "Raise your words and not your voice. It's rain that grows flowers and not thunder." Listen to your inner voice and stop talking. That's the real you. The quieter you become, the more you can hear of your inner self. Silence was never written down. Be a witness and not a judge in this world, and the earth is singing, and allow it to sink in yourself and in your soul, and listen to it carefully. Open your mouth if what you're going to say is more beautiful than silence. The Dalai Lama said, "When you talk, you are only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new." Interruption is rushing the poison in a conversation. Silence yourself and listen. That's confidence, truly. Don't be tempted to prove your presence. Regretting silence is easier, trust me, than regretting your words. If you're angry, words won't help you because they are going to have evil in them. Talking about yourself is just a reflection of ego inside you. Talking about others when they are not present is a comparison that feeds that ego. The process is richer than the result. The journey is the treasure, not the destination. Same with words. The thought behind them is the real treasure and not the execution. Feeling the spirit of space. Write things down instead of talking about them all the time. And always remember, silence is an answer too. You don't need to attend every argument you're invited to. What's left unsaid says it all, and taste the words before you spit them out. That's a reminder for me and for everyone out there. Have a beautiful silent life, you guys.